I create content day in, day out, whether it is over at BAM or over here on YouTube. And I'm always on the move somewhere, even if I'm working here from my home studio. And there's a few things in my bag that I have to have with me every single day as somebody who produces video in order to make my work possible. I'm Bobby Kwecky, and these are the 10 things in my bag as a video producer that I can't live without. All right, first thing up is actually gonna be the bag itself. This is the Wonder Provoke 21 liter. I have had this bag going on 3 years now, almost 3 years now, and I use it every single day of my life when I'm commuting back and forth to the office or even on some shorter trips. I do have a bigger bag for longer trips, and I actually might make a video on that too, but this was my first big kid important camera bag purchase, and I remembered when I bought it oh man, am I really gonna use this that much? Spoiler alert, I do. I know that there is a newer version of the Provoke bag that has since come out, but this thing has stood the test of time. It is built like an absolute tank. It is super comfortable. It's perfect for travel. It fits almost every single thing I need. I can fit my a7 IV, and I could fit the Tamron 20-40 in there, and one more lens in the camera cube pocket on the back. And then if I wanted, I could fit a drone and some chargers up top as well. But day-to-day type stuff, this is an absolute must when I'm creating content. My next thing that I can't live without is this, the Peak Design Capture Clip. Now this is a clip that lives on my backpack full time. The base plate is on my Sony a7 IV, and essentially what it does is it's a great way to just click your camera onto yourself when you're going between shooting locations without having to open up your entire bag, disassemble your camera, reassemble your camera. You just click it on there if you want to, I don't know, pay for a coffee or something like that, or if you're just walking between place to place. The Peak Design Capture Clip and the Peak Design Wrist Strap are a must. And super affordable too, especially now during the holidays and Black Friday and stuff like that. I'm sure you can get a pretty good deal on these. Next up, we've got an iPad Air with an Apple Pencil 2. I don't know which iPad Air this is exactly. I got this in 2021 or 2022, right when they kind of made them look like the iPad Pros with those squared off designs. I love this thing. Again, I know there's newer, better versions out there, but this one is perfectly fine for what I do. I take a ton of notes throughout the day on our L10 meetings, or if I just have a great idea when I'm going back and forth with the team, Apple Quick Notes, write it down. It's also actually where I edit most of my photos when I shoot photos, whether they're professional photos for work or just family type stuff. I love editing photos in Lightroom on the iPad Air. It's fantastic for that. I think the Apple Pencil is a really intuitive way to go about editing photos, especially with how smoothly, shockingly smoothly, that editing full raw photos on an iPad are. And I know that the newer versions with the M1 chip there got even better. Moving along, what would live in this pocket right here would be my MacBook Pro. Now I'm rocking the 16-inch M1 Max MacBook Pro that usually lives in here, but is actually recording the video right now. This is my favorite computer that I've ever used, hands down. It is a beast. It's fully spec'd out and can edit pretty much anything I can throw at it with ease. After Effects work, Photoshop work, Premiere work, 4K, graphics, color grading, no problems. This is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. And it's actually the first time I ever opted for the bigger screen model of the MacBook Pros, and I can't ever see myself going back now. It is a little bit bulky, yes, but that comes with all that added horsepower under the hood. The 16-inch MacBook Pro is an absolute must. Honorable mention here, the other thing that I can't live without day to day, love it or hate it, on my 16-inch MacBook Pro is Adobe Premiere Pro. It's the video editing software that I learned to edit videos in. It is what I know a lot of other people learn to edit videos in. It's what we built the entire BAM video team off of in terms of how we produce all the content that we do over there. It's what I'm using to edit this video right now. Love it or hate it, I'm an Adobe person for life. I've tried a couple times to stray and go to Final Cut. It's just not there, man. It's just not there. I hope it is. I hope it can be one day, because Adobe, even though my computer's a beast, still manages to crash Premiere Pro from time to time. But what can you do? Next up on the list is the Road Video Mic GoTo. This, in my opinion, is the single best shotgun mic that you can get right now. It sounds fantastic for the price you pay for it. I think this was only like $100. Super low profile. You can also use it as a USB mic. So if you didn't have like a Pro XLR mic like this that you could plug into an interface, you could also just use this plugged into your computer so you sound even better on your Zoom calls. To me, this is the best entry point for anybody looking to get a shotgun mic. It sounds great, looks great, super light, not too expensive. The Road Video Mic GoTo or the Road Lav mics, the Road Wireless GoTo, the little square ones. I use those pretty much every day as well, but most of the time I'm rocking the shotgun mic. Let's see, what else we got in here? We have got a set of Allen keys. Now, I know this isn't like a super glamorous thing to have in your bag 24/7, 365, but if you're somebody like me and you've got to take plates off cameras, build up camera rigs, break down camera rigs, you got to have one of these. It is invaluable. I know I've said that a lot about the things, but this is one of those things that I feel like people don't think they need a lot or something they often overlook. And once they get to set, hey, do you have an Allen key? Or you're fiddling with that one on the bottom of the cage, or then you built out the cage, you can't get to Allen key. Just have one of these. They're not super expensive at all. I'll link this one actually down below for Amazon. And I think, yeah, you should pick one of these bad boys up. An Allen key of some kind. Moving on, we have got probably the newest thing, stick with me on the name, KNJYJZ PBDBFZ 100 battery charger. So I saw this because of a Chris Brockhurst video, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. If you know Sony batteries, the Sony battery charger that comes in the box is like a single Sony battery charger and takes quite a while. This bad boy, ta-da, you can charge 2 Sony batteries at once. One of them is currently in the camera. Charged with USB-C, and you can also use it as a power bank as well. There's a little slot in the top if you want to store your SD cards as well. This is fantastic, and if you're like on a plane or something like that and you need to charge batteries quick, now you can. Easy peasy. Now, next up, that is also living in my camera, is some fast, high-capacity SD cards. I use the Lexar brand. These are great for if you're recording really high bit depth footage. In this case, I'm recording in 422. And if you could even go for like a CFast card if you want to record all I footage as well, all intra. Having a good, reliable SD cards, or in my case too, because I record redundantly in case one ever fails on me, is a must. Not super glamorous, but is definitely worth investing your money into a good handful of high-capacity, fast SD cards. And finally, some basic Apple headphones. I edit everything I do on like basic cheapo Apple headphones, and somebody told me one day, because I used to use like the Audio-Technica headphones, and I don't know how much credence this has, but it makes sense to me in the moment that it was said, and it has rung true to me ever since, and it's a rule I live by, and that is to create and consume the content as your viewers would be consuming them. What do I mean by that? Most people are going to listen to your YouTube videos with a pair of headphones like these or with like a pair of AirPods. So if you're using a big set of Audio-Technica or like Shure over-ear headphones, then guess what? You might not be balancing the audio correctly for a pair of headphones like this. So creating the content for the consumer that will end up consuming it is a must. And these are great because if you lose them or you forget that they're in your pocket and you run them through the wash, like I have done many times, you're good to go. You just grab another pair. I think they're like $11 on Amazon. So there you have it. Those are the 10 items that I can't live without in my video production bag on a daily basis. But let me know, what are your 10 must-have daily items in your content creation bag? Let me know down in the comments. Can't wait to hear from you. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk again real soon.